We live in a world that is exhausted by war, by division, by constant conflict, exhausted by the feeling that no matter how much we advance technologically, we keep repeating the same human mistakes. Everywhere we look, there is progress, and yet so much suffering remains. I don't think the problem is that people want different things. I think the problem is that we've forgotten what we have in common. At the most basic level, almost all of us want the same things: a better life, dignity, security, health, and the chance to be happy, not just for ourselves, but for the people we love. And yet, despite these shared desires, we remain divided by borders, by identities, by ideologies, by fear. So the question isn't what we want. The question is why we keep failing to achieve it together. I believe the answer begins with us. Not governments first, not systems first, but people first. If we want a better world, we have to become better participants in it. That means discipline. It means responsibility. It means being honest with ourselves about who we are, what we want, and how our actions affect others, especially those we may never meet. At some question, each of us has to ask the same questions. Who am I? What am I living for? And how do I contribute rather than just consume? These aren't abstract questions. They shape everything. When people don't know who they are, they protect fragile identities. They cling to ego, pride, and fear. That's where conflict grows, not from hatred alone, but from insecurity and unexamined pain. I didn't arrive at these ideas comfortably. For much of my early life, I struggled with loneliness and rejection. I spent years wondering if I mattered, if anyone truly wanted me, if my existence had value beyond survival. These questions sat with me for a long time, quietly shaping how I saw the world, and eventually I realized something difficult but freeing. If I want to feel valued, I had to build that value, not just for myself, but for others too. That realization changed the direction of my life. I stopped asking only what the world could give me and started asking what I could contribute, not through perfection, not through control, but through effort, growth, and care. I learned that living for others does not mean erasing yourself, and living for others yourself does not mean ignoring others. These two are deeply connected. When people feel seen, supported, and purposeful, violence decreases. When people feel isolated, disposable, or unheard, conflict grows. This isn't ideology, it's human psychology. There is only one race, the human race. Racism, hatred, bigotry, and even genocide are not inevitable traits of humanity. They are outcomes of fear, scarcity, and unchecked ego, and no amount of information alone can solve that. What changes people is reflection, accountability, and shared effort. We underestimate what collective responsibility can do. Imagine a world where fewer people felt alone, where elders don't have to work until exhaustion just to survive, where strength is measured not only by power but by empathy, where cooperation is not seen as weakness but as intelligence. This isn't about creating a perfect utopia overnight. It won't happen quickly. Life doesn't work that way. Progress is slow. It requires patience. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. And I'll be honest, I don't have all the answers. No single person does. Anyone who claims they do should not be trusted. What I do believe is this: each of us is responsible for something. You don't have to fix the whole world, but you do have to fix yourself honestly. Because when we lie to ourselves, we lose our sense of direction, and without direction, we drift, sometimes into harm we never intended to cause. That authenticity matters, kindness matters, selflessness matters, not because it feels good in the moment, but because it compounds over time. Good actions pay dividends we don't always see immediately. Cruelty, arrogance, and selfishness may offer short term gains, but they hollow us out in the long term. I don't want a world where people are ruled by fear or force. I want a world where people choose to act with integrity because they understand their connection to one another. If you're suffering, if life feels heavy, confusing, or overwhelming, know this: you are not broken. Struggling is part of being human, and you don't have to go through it alone. I can't live your life for you, no one can. But I believe we can guide each other, support one another, and build systems that help people grow rather than collapse. I believe humans are capable of being better, more compassionate, more disciplined, more aware if we keep commit to trying. This is not a call for blind faith, it's a call for effort. Effort to understand yourself, effort to understand others, effort to contribute even when it's uncomfortable. If we do that slowly and perfectly together, I believe a better world is not only possible but inevitable. Thank you for listening and thank you for trying.